You know, with Unity, our employees get direct access to all 1,200 world-class physicians at UW Health. We can't get that with all health plans. I'm Michelle Bailey, Human Resources Director at Bell Laboratories.
I'm Andre Darlington. I'm a contributing writer for the Isthmus. We're thrilled to take you behind the scenes of Crema Cafe in Monona. Crema Cafe is one of those warm, lively places that just feels good when you walk in. And chef proprietor Steve Buchholz is going to show us a little something that he makes here. So what are we making today, Steve?
A real straightforward salad composed of some frisee lettuce, which is starting to become more in vogue. Using also some arugula in our salad, which is actually very high in calcium. Which, little known fact, you can get more calcium per serving of arugula than a glass of milk. So we do a variation of this on our weekend brunch menu. The simple salad with croutons and bacon and oven roasted tomatoes and onions, and then a poached egg all goes on top. But we wanted to dial it up a little bit more healthy and try to eliminate the bacon, and substituting some smoked salmon with that, which is obviously high in omega-3s, and using some summer sun gold tomatoes that are fresh in the market right now.
Having a restaurant like this is obviously every chef's dream, to have their own restaurant, right? How did this come about that you have Cafe Crema? How long has it been here?
We celebrated 5 years just in July, and we started out basically just as a coffee shop. I didn't want anything that was too sprawling. I was looking for something simple, as actually you'll find a lot of chefs or restaurant workers say I just want something simple that I can manage myself. But as things started growing and the interest in the business, we actually ended up expanding the space of the restaurant.
And you had to double the space because the food is that good.
Exactly. People are, we need more seats, more seats. So, and we kind of, we took that leap of faith, and it's paid off, tenfold. It's really been great. It's really given us some more legitimacy. The real nuts and bolts of it is we were cooking out of basically a dorm kitchen in the first part of Crema, and then we turned on to basically coming into a full kitchen with a big 6-burner stove.
So this is a salad that could sort of be a brunch salad or a late lunch salad, so it could work any time of day. Right?
Absolutely, and I just really like it's real classic, tends to be kind of a classic French influence per almost a lyonnaise salad minus the bacon and butter-soaked croutons. I think that image of French cooking is starting to be kind of, those walls are starting to be broken down a little bit, and you just start to see more people using a lot more lighter fare. And I spent about 2.5 years in a French bistro in Milwaukee working. I really enjoyed that type of cooking, that real simple, let it fall on the plate kind of food where it wasn't super composed. I guess almost rustic Midwestern fare.
I know you grew up in
Beaver Dam originally. Started making pizzas actually at a Rocky Rococo's up in Beaver Dam. Worked at a supper club, and at one point I realized I didn't want to be a laborer like my dad. Wonderful man, raised a great family, but he always said, don't end up doing what I'm doing. Also went to MATC, Technical College, Milwaukee Area Technical College in Milwaukee, Culinary Arts program, finished there, and just worked around the area in restaurants similar to L'Etoile and Harvest, Sanford Restaurant, Lake Park Bistro. These are all nice. They're
all great restaurants.
Yeah. My wife and I, we were married young, and we decided to move to Madison. Then eventually fell into this, but I always felt, cooking was part functional, more necessity driven at first, and then I found out I had a real passion for cooking. Good quality ingredients, good quality service, but in a nice casual atmosphere. Try to keep it light, try to keep it fun, try to keep it kind of shabby chic, and it's a matter of everything. Whether matter the front of the house, the counter and the servers working in concert with the kitchen, making sure everything works well, because you can have dynamic food, but if your front of the house, if your counter service or if they're not that great, it can bitter a whole meal and a whole experience. Any good chef worth their salt really appreciates a well-poached egg. Yeah. So what we have here is water, not at a complete, I keep it a little bit higher because I'm going to be putting a cold egg in that water, so I want the water to be just slightly rolling, a slight boil here, and then once I add the egg, it'll slow down a little bit, and I may kick back the temperature a little bit here. And about a few tablespoons of just straight distilled white vinegar in the water while you're poaching it. In our experience here, we poach a lot of eggs during the week here, and we find that adding a little vinegar tends to bring the white together and tends just not to run all over the place. Basically, as soon as it holds together to plate, I prefer that because it will continue to cook a little bit in it, and I also like to let it rest and drain out a little bit on a paper towel too.
Now you have a professional range. How hard is it to replicate this? This looks very easy right now, but for anybody who's tried to do this at home,
yes.
it takes a couple tries. So is this something that somebody with a 1980s electric stove can do easily?
Absolutely. The trick is to have more water in a bigger pot than you think you're going to need.
So about how long can you do this in advance? Say you're having people over for brunch and you don't want anybody watching you poach eggs.
Well, if you want to know a real crazy trick is that when we were at the French Bistro, we had 3 poached egg items on the menu. So we'd get in there about 6 o'clock in the morning, put a giant pot of water that would cover like 4 burners, and what we would do is we would actually poach them all to set and then have an ice bath. We'd throw about 20 eggs in at once. As soon as they're set, place them in ice water to cool, then spread them out on towels so you could basically just pop them in the water. That's how we pulled that off. So we've got a mixture of the frisee lettuce here, and some farmers are starting to growing this locally here.
So frisee has that sort of bitter quality, right?
Yeah,
so we're going for a spicy green and then a slightly bitter green.
Bitter green, and we've got a real simple citrus vinaigrette that we're going to use here. And we're just that here. Yep, we make all our salad dressings here, and this is based on like a lime, lemon, orange. We use actually driftless organic sunflower oil in all our salad dressings. It's
If people haven't tried driftless organic sunflower oil, it's fantastic. It adds that sunflowery, nutty flavor already.
So we'll use a little bit of red onion in here. You don't have to use it. I just like to add the aromatics of red onion. And what we're going to do is we're going to toss this with the dressing and everything right in it. And we'll use a little bit of this smoked salmon over here. This is, and you could, if you want to use bacon, go right ahead. What we're going to do is we're going to season our salad with a little salt and pepper. It's definitely, we season all the salads here are done like this. We're all mixed in the, mixed by hand here. Put this on the plate here. Bring some of these internal ingredients together, kind of make a little nest for our poached egg here that we've poached off beautifully here.
That looks fantastic.
And as we all do, we'll put a little salt and pepper on the egg.
So essentially you have a well-composed, well-balanced salad that's flavorful, and really the only technique that's required is learning how to poach an egg. So Steve, this looks like a beautiful salad. What do you call it again?
I guess we call it the morning salad.
This is the morning salad.
And that name was invented in about 4 seconds.
So the key to this salad is to have the yolk still running on the inside.
That's
so
it,
let's go ahead and cut into the egg. Oh, it's perfect. Get a little bit of everything on the fork here. It's delicious. It's fantastic. It's got that salty, smoky from the salmon, the egg to give it a little moisture, a fresh little tomato on there, and the rocket gives it some spice, and the frisee is a little bit bitter. It's a perfect salad.
I was always cooking in kitchens, but then I went back to the kitchen and found out what I really liked, and now I'm finding I'm enjoying the business part of this a little more than I did early on. Making people happy, seeing people come in, as Thomas Keller says, when they're all doing the dance and kind of keeping everything moving, and in the push when it gets really busy and whatnot like that. And it's always a battle because you've got some people that just want to just get it done. Let's go. But I also find myself wanting to kind of take a deep breath and really enjoy the food, enjoy what I'm cooking, what we're doing, and why I'm doing it, and why I'm doing this versus being an accountant or selling insurance or whatnot.
Right. So you have to have balance.
It's been very challenging, but it's also been so rewarding. So I think that's part of it. And I didn't picture this 10 years ago. Pictured I'd still just working for somebody raising a family, but I'm very happy.
It's a great neighborhood place. It's got incredible food that's not pretentious. I think it's perfect for the neighborhood. It's really been a great success. Thanks.
Thank you.